So today I tried to use a cleansing conditioner on my hair and I got like oil coming out of like every single surface now, every single follicle I should say of my hair. So if we got like a situation going on up there, I apologize, but it was my first time I've ever done that and it was kind of an epic fail for me, so ooh. Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about just some stuff that I've kind of had on my mind recently with regards to what I do here on YouTube and just how I've been feeling recently. I'm just going to do another one of my like real get down with you guys chit-chatty kind of videos and just kind of share some of my opinions and my thoughts and what's been going on in my YouTube life more personally. And I know I always label these as like a rant, and it is probably going to get ranty at some points, but I'm going to try to keep this as clear and concise and as like not so word vomity as I sometimes can get. But as always, if I start to get a little bit rambly or start to go off on something, it's just how I do. But we'll try to keep it on topic today. I did write some stuff down on my phone, so that's what I'm kind of looking at here if you see me looking down or anything. But like I said, I wanted to try to keep this as clear and concise as I possibly could, so that is why I'm doing this. Basically today I'm just going to be talking to you guys about some of the thoughts that I've had recently within the beauty vlogging community and just the stuff that, some of the stuff that's been, I don't know what the right word is. Not annoying, but just has been kind of bothering me, and just again some of the stuff that I've been thinking about. I want to start by saying that being a beauty vlogger is really, really fun. It is so much fun to be able to have, you know, thousands of subscribers who really just adore you and people who are genuinely interested in what you do and think that you're talented and think that you're smart and think that you're pretty and, you know, all of those wonderful things that we all want to be. And having the support that you guys give me is absolutely unbelievable and is so incredible. And you know, I still consider myself a small beauty channel because I mean there are people out there that have millions of subscribers and I have, I think now, a little over 12,000. So I am still a very, very small channel, but I still feel like I have enough people to where I feel so much love and so much support through this channel, and I am so incredibly thankful for each and every single one of you. And I know everybody says this, and I'm not saying that they mean it any less than I do, but I truly am so grateful, so thankful, and so happy that you guys have decided to watch my videos and that you guys decided that you liked me. That is just awesome. And throughout the wedding and everything like that, you guys gave us, Bryce and I, just so much support, and it was so great. And any sort of a challenge I've gone through in my life, I've been doing this now for about 3 years, and you guys were there during some very hard times in my life. You guys were there when I moved, you guys were there when I went through my back surgery, so many different things that you guys have been a part of, and just having that continuous support and having some of my subscribers who were seriously there from the very beginning still commenting on my videos is incredible. But lately I've noticed that there's been sort of a trend within YouTube sort of shifting, and I've noticed that the beauty community has become very, very hard to be in and to try to get noticed and to try to make this a successful part of your life. I feel like is getting more and more complicated and is getting more difficult to do. I have always dreamed of this being my full-time job. I would love, 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 love to be one of those people who can consider YouTube their job, who can work their own schedule, who can be their own boss, who can do their own thing. That has been something that I've wanted to do since I've started. It's not the reason that I've started, and I would be lying if I wouldn't say it was part of it. I mean, definitely the idea of this, something that I love so much, being what I do full time, would be absolutely incredible. And of course that's part of the reason why I started this, but I mainly started this because I was the person who would seriously sit in front of my mirror and be like, all right, next I'm going to be applying L'Oreal's and I was like, why don't I do this with a camera on? Because I would think it in my mind, and every once in a while I would say something out loud when I was doing my makeup, like, next I'm going to go in with my Elf Smell stippling brush, and I was like, I need to film this because I obviously like this, and I've been watching YouTube videos for so long now that it's kind of second nature to me. And even when I'm doing my makeup now on a daily basis, it's hard for me not to think of like, all right, next I'm going to go in with my Maybelline mascara and we're going to put this on. And I kind of run through like I'm almost doing a tutorial in my head because I've just become so accustomed to that. And so having that kind of passion and that drive and that love for this and just the actual creating of videos has really made me want to be able to do this full time. The problem is I feel like with the direction that the beauty community is heading in, like I said, it's very hard to get noticed, and it is such an overcrowded market. I like to think of it almost as like being a real estate agent. You can be very, very successful. You can make so much money doing this. And, more than that, you can just be so successful. And like I said, just have so many more amazing opportunities outside of YouTube because this is what you do. And on the flip side, you can be struggling, and you can be somebody who is just trying to get their way to the top but can't seem to push through, can't seem to find their big break. And I wouldn't say that, again, I'm not the smallest of channels, but I'm definitely nowhere near the largest. And I wouldn't even consider myself in the median group. I still consider myself kind of on, the lower side there. And it's just difficult to try to get people to notice you, to try to get your content out there, to try to get your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, because it is such an overcrowded market. There are so many girls and guys doing this nowadays that, I mean, who knows what the number of beauty videos or, beauty channels out there is, but I'm sure it's ginormous because, I feel like I could find somebody new every single day. The other thing that I kind of feel like, and why this kind of ties into getting noticed and why I feel like it can be kind of hard to get your big break, so to speak, is I feel like people are starting to kind of push away from the beauty community, and I almost feel like people are starting to get a little bit bored of it. And of course, I'm somebody who I will always enjoy watching beauty videos, but even I've noticed, especially this year, I do not watch near as many videos as I used to in the past. There's something about beauty videos that, unless it's on a new product or, basically something new, let's just, be real here, I have a really hard time watching it. I have a hard time watching favorites videos because I'm like, oh my god, since I have started watching YouTube back in 2007, I don't even want to know how many hours and days of my life I have dedicated to watching people talk about their favorites from that month. It's just repetitive and it gets to be boring. I don't want to watch another favorites video. I don't want to watch another tag video. I don't want to watch another unboxing video. I mean, they're all the same. And being a creator, it's very difficult to try to come up with new ideas because things like favorites and things like unboxings, they still do get you views. I just know, even personally, that those are never my top viewed videos. And I think there's a reason for that. I think people have seen those so many freaking times that it's sort of like a, get on with it kind of deal. Like, let's see something new. I want to see something fresh. And it's hard with this community to try to do that because unless you have the money to buy every single thing that comes out on the beauty market, you just aren't going to really get anywhere. And similarly, like I said, everything just starts to feel the same. If there's a tag going around, everybody does that tag. And so as a viewer, you kind of start to feel like, okay, I've already watched, 2 or 3 of the same type of video. I'm not going to keep on watching. Even if I really like the person creating it, I'm not going to keep on watching the same exact video because I can maybe last like 2 minutes and then I'm like, okay, I really don't care, I suppose. So at least that is kind of how it is for me. And as I was saying with sort of the shift in YouTube that I've been noticing, and this is really, I think, since the rise of like social media, is people are starting to do more lifestyle videos. People are starting to get a lot more personal, and I think that, and I'm one of those people. I'm 100% for social media. I think social media is amazing, and I'm definitely not one of those people who's like, social media is destroying the world, blah blah blah. Like, not at all. I think social media has improved our society in so many different ways, but I think that because of things like Instagram and Twitter and certain outlets where you as a person can be so personal and you can give so much information to thousands of random people, I think that we are gradually becoming more interested in what people do in their personal lives. And so things like lifestyle videos, things like daily vlogs, stuff like that, I feel like that stuff is becoming so much more trendy and is becoming so much more popular. And I feel like those sort of channels and those sort of videos are getting more views because people want to see that stuff more than they want to see your Holy Grail foundation video. People don't care about, your favorite eyeliners and, a new tutorial, another fall look when they've already seen God knows how many, that you kind of get bored. Where with things like vlogs and things like lifestyle videos and stuff like that, they're always different because they're personal and they change because people change and people evolve. And so those videos can change and evolve with the people. And so you always kind of have new content because you are always becoming a better person. And that's why I feel like, or at least this is just my theory, and some of you may agree with me, some of you may disagree with me. That is why I personally feel like those videos are becoming more popular. And like I said, with, social media being so prevalent in our society now, people are interested in what people do in their personal lives. Like, we want to know if you are happy. We want to know if you're sad. We are becoming so much more involved with one another, which I personally think is great. Again, you may disagree, you may agree, but we are becoming so much more interconnected that we want to see people's daily lives. And it's kind of weird when you think about it. I mean, I'm 100% there. It's a little bit creepy, but we like it. We kind of feed off of it a little bit. And I see that too in my own videos. Now, I am nowhere really near a lifestyle vlogger or anything like that. I'm a beauty vlogger. I talk about beauty stuff. I've tried the vlogging thing. I can even tell you guys how many times I've tried and failed at that. I have a really hard time trying to be interesting enough to really try to vlog. I just don't feel like I ever have anything good to vlog about, or I feel like I am in a part of my life, like during the wedding process, where I was so stressed out and I was so busy that picking up a camera and trying to film it, that just seemed like a lot of extra work and a lot of extra stress that I didn't need. But regardless, I do have a couple of kind of more personal videos. For example, this is the type of video that I know will get me so many more views than if I do a haul video. And I'm not doing this video for that reason. Obviously, if I was, I would quit doing my haul videos and I would only do these types of videos. But I'm starting to kind of feel like I need to start doing more of these videos because I am having a really hard time getting anywhere with just my beauty videos, where things like opinions and stuff, we are, again, also interested in what each other have to think, that these sort of videos, we tend to take more interest in, we want to watch more. And so, I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot recently, and I'm not saying that my channel is going to turn into a lifestyle vlogging channel or anything like that. I mean, beauty will always be the main part of this. I just wish that I could just stick to beauty and be successful with that and feel like I'm doing well with that and not feel like I have to try to come up with weird personal videos to try to get people to come to my channel. And I understand that part of this may sound like I'm just trying to reach for success and I'm just trying to find, as I mentioned earlier, my big break, or I'm just trying to do this to get rich or get famous or whatever. That's totally not what I do this for. I just start to feel after a while, I mean, as many of you know, I work a full-time job. I work 40 hours a week and I work a very stressful job, and I don't think I've ever talked about it on my channel. Again, that's a little bit too personal and I don't know how many of you know what I actually do, but when I get home, for me to actually film a video and to edit and stuff is work because I've already worked all day, and then to get here and do this and kind of feel like I'm doing a second job is difficult. And I think we associate that somewhat with money and somewhat with success. And I mean, with this sort of a thing, you don't get promotions. You don't really get anything like that. You have to do it all for yourself. It does start to get a little bit frustrating because I feel like I've been really steady and I've been growing at a very, very, very slow kind of rate. And I just, I want to be able to have more people to share my opinions with and more people to talk with and more people to interact with. That's what everybody wants. And so I am, again, so thankful for the 12,000 of you that I have. So internally grateful for that. But I really am hoping that at one point I can grow my channel up and I can have even more of you here because I really like this and I love this. I love, 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 love doing this. And I don't want to give it up because I feel like I am too busy with other things, or I feel like I'm too stressed out to be able to, kind of have, in a sense, a second job. But, it just every once in a while I'm like, oh man, I mean, that's why I've only really been posting around 1 to 2 videos a week now instead of 3 like I used to, is because I just don't have the time for this as much as I used to. The other thing that I've kind of have issues with every once in a while with this, and most of the time I can kind of disassociate myself with it and understand that I'm here to talk about beauty and really nothing else. And I mean, it's what I do, it's what I like. For me, this is a total passion of mine, and like I said, I love this. But every once in a while, I do kind of get a little bit tired of talking about such a materialistic thing. I mean, let's get real. Like, it's makeup. It's not the be-all, end-all of the world. And there are so many more important things out there that I would like to be discussing, and so many more things that I feel more strongly about, that I would like to, you know, be able to start discussions about, maybe be able to make a positive change in this world with, rather than, you know, what happens to be my favorite holy grail black eyeliner. I mean, that really isn't going to change the world, you know? It'd be cool if it could, but I just don't know if it ever will. But at the same time, this is what I love to talk about. I mean, I would become a very, like, cynical person if I spent, you know, 20 minutes talking about Syrian refugees or what have you, any sort of current event in the world that's, you know, a little bit sad and is, you know, kind of hard to talk about. I think that that would be very difficult for me to do. I don't know if mentally I would be in a very good place if that's what I did all the time, and that's what I created, and that's what I edited, and that's what I posted, and that's what I watched. That would be kind of hard. And this is, like I said, this is my passion. This is what I love to talk about. I like talking about my favorite black eyeliner. I love talking about my favorite black eyeliner because it's just something that makes me happy. It truly does. Makeup really does make me happy. And it's definitely up there on one of my favorite things in the entire world. I mean, makeup it does fall somewhere on that list. But you know, it's something that all of this could burn down. You know, all of this is just stuff. These are just things. They aren't events. They aren't people. They aren't, you know, anything important, really. It's just stuff. And I feel like as a beauty blogger, I do get a comment or whatever, what have you, from time to time where people will say you're coming off as shallow, or, you know, you seem really dumb, really. You spend, you know, 5 minutes talking about a mascara. You do start to kind of feel a little bit unintelligent. You do start to feel like, wow, this is a very shallow, very little thing to try to talk about and to try to really make a big deal. I mean, I can get really passionate about like a skincare item I'm talking about, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this doesn't even matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, this is so little. And it is hard, you know, trying to sound intelligent, trying to sound thoughtful when you're talking about, like I said earlier, stuff. You're talking about things that are just materials. And I feel like, you know, in regards to with trying to attract people more to my channel, and I'm sure many of you, if you guys, you know, do beauty videos as well, or really any sort of videos, this kind of applies to everything, is there's kind of a catch-22 there where, and I have really good plans for next year when Bryce and I move, because we will be in a completely different, you know, financial situation. He's going to actually have his career, I'll have mine, and it'll be like a 9-day difference. It'll be great because right now we are living off of one full-time income, which is mine, and trust me, it's not anywhere near enough to pay for a wedding and try to actually live. It's very difficult. And so for me, I would love to have an amazing background. I would love to have, you know, $1,000+ camera, studio lights, different decorations. I can think of so many things, you know, a different setup for my whole vanity area. I can think of so many different things that would be so much more aesthetically pleasing, and things that I think would definitely give me more viewers and more subscribers if I was able to put those plans into action. Next year I have a couple that I think I will actually be able to pull off. But it's, again, like I was saying, it's a catch-22, because on one hand, I want to be able to do all these things so that I can make more money on YouTube to be able to, in a sense, reimburse myself for everything I try to buy that's new and so I can show you guys it. But on the other hand, I need that money from somewhere, and I'm not getting it from YouTube. And so I have invested, I mean, so much of my own personal money into this whole thing so that, I mean, I can try to create good quality videos, and I can try to make things that, you know, you guys will enjoy watching, because because it is really hard to watch a bad quality video. I mean, when there's videos out there from creators like Naked Tutorials and Jaclyn Hill, and they have these beautiful setups and they edit so well and their cameras are amazing and you feel like you could just like reach into your, you know, computer and like touch their faces. It's kind of hard to compete with that because, I mean, I know personally I would probably rather watch one of those videos than watch, you know, some girl in her bedroom with her paint in the background and with all this different stuff, you know, mumbling on about whatever. And so it's kind of, it's, you know, again, difficult to try to get yourself out there when you're competing with people who have so much more of an amazing setup and have so much better quality things that makes it a little bit easier for them. And I'm not at all trying to disregard them. I'm not at all trying to say that they have it easy or anything like that. Again, I don't know the proper way to word this. And I'm not trying to sound lazy either. I know there's probably a couple of you that would think, well, if you did this and this and this, you would probably get more views and it wouldn't cost you anything or da 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 da. I totally get that, and I'm not trying to make excuses either. I really do wish that I could afford an amazing camera, and I wish that I could have a better computer to edit on and have a better editing software, and I wish I could, you know, purchase Final Cut Pro or whatever that is. And you know, I wish that I could do all that stuff. I really do. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I truly do. But when Bryce and I are living just off of my income and YouTube is not paying me anywhere near enough to even come close to the amount of money that I put into this, I can't justify financially. I can't budget out those kinds of things because I just can't do it. It's like, do I want groceries or do I want a nice camcorder? And again, I am so thankful for all of you who I have here. So incredibly thankful. I just want to be real with you guys though, and that's just what this video is. It's just me kind of expressing some of my thoughts and my opinions and not trying to cover them up and not trying to, I don't know. I feel like it's really easy to only project the stuff that you are, you know, so happy about. And it's easy, you know, with this sort of a thing going on, to only tell you guys things that make me happy and only tell you guys all the good stuff that's happening in my life and all the good stuff that's happening with my YouTube. But there is this whole other side of it, and I just want to make you guys aware of it. I just want to share that with you because, again, we just live in an age of almost too much information, but I think that you guys enjoy hearing from me because I know I enjoy watching these types of videos, and I love being able to really feel like I can connect with the creator and I can relate to them on some level. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts regarding this topic down in the comment section. I don't even know what this topic is, but if you guys maybe with, you know, some of the viewing and kind of pulling away from the beauty community, if any of you feel the same way or have any thoughts, whether they're different than mine or the same or whatever, please let me know. Again, I love the interaction. This is my favorite thing about these types of videos, is getting the comments from you guys and being able to read through them and talk to you guys about it and everything. I love that. So as I said way too many times in this video, thank you all so much for watching. Truly am thankful for you, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye-bye.